Good evening. Welcome. Oh, hey, you're not supposed to start yet. Doing that. Trying to auto start when I hit the scene. It's not right. Hope everybody's doing well. 76 trombones in the big parade. 76 trombones, 76 episodes of whatever this is. Beyond the double red doors, you'll notice that I have the watermark back up. And this rather nefarious looking timer. It's a nefarious looking timer. What on earth could it be? Well, stick around to find out. First things first. And cheers. Away from the keyboard. Okay. Very nice. I don't like big Cokes. They're not as cold as the small Cokes. The aluminium feels weak compared to the 7.5 fluid ounce Cokes. Tiptoe, I miss my tiptoe. He goes wherever I go. I miss my tiptoe. So I hope y'all are doing okay. Well, it'd be great if y'all were doing well. Today is I feel optimistic. I feel cautiously optimistic because today is kind of the first day where I felt like, well, that's not true. This is a lie. I feel better than I did yesterday, and there was a period of time today where I felt pretty darn good. I would be lying if I said that I am still feeling that way right now, but I don't feel bad. I just feel. Maybe that's the real problem, is that I feel. But as some of you may or may not know, so I took another COVID test Sunday night, and it was still positive. So that was, 10 days. Wait, did I take one? I might have taken one yesterday. I think I took one yesterday, and it was still positive. So that's 12 days. Now, the line was weaker on the one that I took yesterday. I think I took one yesterday. And as some of you might have already guessed, lined up here, it takes 15 minutes and got a 15-minute timer here in the corner. And it takes 15 minutes. Guess what I'm going to do. It's very exciting. I'm going to take this puppy on air. Here is my last one. So this was taken yesterday. I'm almost positive. It was taken yesterday. Pretty clear test line there. but not as clear as the control line. And up until now, well, up until then, my test line has always been actually bolder than my control line. So, and it actually wasn't this dark when I took it. And they say, after 30 minutes, you kind of have to not pay attention to what it does. So it wasn't this dark when I originally did it. It has darkened up some in the intervening 20 some hours. The box looks fake. I guess it kind of does. I mean, it's FDA approved. Well, FDA emergency use authorization. So not actually FDA approved, but we'll do in a pinch. And yeah, eye health. I have some other eye health items as well. I have their forehead thermometer, which is great at telling me what the temperature is 2 degrees below my actual temperature. It's I can genuinely go by that. I have a very accurate oral thermometer, and the forehead thermometer is without fail. It's nice and quick, but without fail, about 2 degrees cooler generally than what the more accurate. There's 2 tests in here. Forehead thermometers are kind of a joke. Come out. Download on the app. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to download this on the App Store. I'm going to download the tracking app on the App Store. I'm going to give them all of my information. Definitely doing that. No, I'm saying that, and yet here I am talking about. Oh, who the fuck cares? So yeah, it'll be 2 weeks on Friday. And I feel better. But I don't feel 100%. That is the truth. And that is fucking fucked up, man. That is, I've never had a flu that I still felt the residual effects of 2 weeks later. Maybe some people have, but I never have. And, vaxxed and boosted, etc. So, it's not been fun. I don't like these tests as much. There's some other tests that are a little easier to do. This is a little bit wibbly. You gotta pop this, and then you gotta squeeze it into here. The other ones that I get, they're already in the tube. Actually, getting all this liquid in the tube is not as easy as it might appear. Right? You gotta twist the top off here. Okay. Then you gotta squeeze this in there, but the liquid doesn't really. It doesn't really shoot straight in. Kind of just kind of hangs around surface tension. The adhesion keeps a fair amount of it there towards the top. You can see it kind of bubbling up over there. They say you need enough liquid to get to the first line. That is exactly the amount that I have, and not a bit more. And we'll cover that up real quick. I'm going to have to reopen that in a moment. This should be ASMR taking a COVID test. Ooh. Crinkly. Car alarm going off. If this test is positive, what am I do? I mean, honestly, I expect it to be. I still feel something. I don't really want to do this on camera. I'll cut to this camera here while I have this in my nose. Way up in there. Okay. All right, now the other nostril. All right. Gross. Fucking gross, man. All right, I'm even going to put it in the tube off camera. And then I will. Okay. So it was, I promise you it was in my nose. And now it's in the tube. You got to swirl it around. And you got to squeeze it. You got to get all that nasal drainage in there with the substrate. Come on, get on in there. Now, I remember taking these nearer to the start of the pandemic, obviously, but I remember taking these at drive-through clinics, and they would just jam that thing so far up your nose. So far. And the instructions here are actually quite specific that you don't need to do that. So something changed, or they were just trying to play it safe. So I'm kind of squeezing as much as I can out of this fucker. Slightly discolored. Wonder how it tastes. Okay, putting you back in your little sealed container. The top goes on. Like, we're all chemists now. The world has elementary titration ability thanks to the pandemic. Okay, here we go. So that we know there's no funny business, right? Because I know you all don't trust me. Okay, so here's the one from, I think it was yesterday. It might have been the day before, but I think it was yesterday. Here is the new one. Okay. Let's face them both the same way. Why don't we? Old one, new one. Here come the drops. Oh, well, that was like... Okay, that was like 3.5 drops. And I will start the timer. And then we'll just pretend like nothing is going on. Everything is normal now. Got a bit of a scratchy nose. I have what I affectionately refer to, I know it's probably insulting, but had a close friend growing up who called Vicks Vapor Rub Bibabaroo. So when you get sick, you get Bibabaroo and you put it on. He was Cuban. So I always refer to Vicks Vapor Rub as Bibabaroo. And it's wonderful stuff. So, yeah, exactly. What are we going to do now for 15 minutes? I don't know. You want to watch a little bit of Wild Strawberries?
Incoming for a goatee pull.
Oh boy. Oh no, he forgot. Here, this is me. This is me. This is my life, basically. This part of Wild Strawberries is this part coming up right here. You have been accused of guilt. That's literally, like, in a nutshell. That is how I go through life, feeling guilty. Why do I feel guilty? I don't know. What do I feel guilty about? I don't know. I just feel guilty. And Ingmar Bergman, too, felt guilty, inexplicably, 65 years ago, 1957. Yeah, 65 years ago. Oh, I just pulled that out of my nose. Wild Strawberries is probably my favorite movie. However, oh, did the timer reset when I went back? Oh, it might have. Shoot. 7:48. Okay, I will. All right, who is saying check my calls? What is? I don't know what that means. I don't understand that. But anyway, Wild Strawberries is probably one of my. It's probably like my favorite, my most consistent favorite movie. Right? Like they change, you know. As time goes on, movies come in, movies go out. There was a time, I shan't say how long ago, but it was a long time ago, where my number one movie was a Woody Allen movie. And not only was it a Woody Allen movie, but it was probably like the most egregious Woody Allen movie. I didn't know. Did not realize. Obviously, I cannot watch it. Now I shan't even say its name. But I still like Ingmar Bergman. If you haven't seen many Bergman films, well, I don't know. It's tough because it's one of those things where it's like, so many people built off of a lot of the ideas and structures that he created, that to go back and watch them now is sort of redundant. It's sort of like, oh, well, this is done better now. Like the other movies have done this better now. But you've got to realize that, I don't know. He was the first, but he was certainly among the first to be trying this kind of experimental stuff. And the sort of ubiquitous kind of surrealist dream sequence that almost every movie has now, pretty much pioneered in Wild Strawberries. So the road trip symbolizing a person's life, and the person taking the road trip sort of reflecting on his or her life, and the people coming into the car and getting out of the car being like, archetypes of the people who were in this person's life. That's Wild Strawberries. I realize it was done in literature before, but in film, I don't know that it was done before Wild Strawberries. However, if you just were to see it now and not realize that context, you'd just be like, this is like, didn't Tom Green do this? Maybe y'all might not remember who Tom Green is either. Canadian prankster. Jackassy kind of stuff. Briefly married to Drew Barrymore. Was he married to Drew Barrymore? I don't know. Uh-oh. Usually I can. I mean, I was able to for Woody Allen when he married his wife's adopted daughter. I was still able to, I mean, I didn't like it, but I was still able to watch his movies after that. It really wasn't until like the abuse allegations came out that I was like, oh, well, nope. This is a big nope. But I mean, I watched Rosemary's Baby, and you know, Polanski's just as bad. Well, no, he's not. No, you know, just as. I don't know. I don't want to get into this imbroglio of like the most despicable humans on earth, like doing all these abuses of power. Don't meet your heroes. Like, just crawl into a hole. Be like, look, if the internet were like, I can't imagine, you know, the shit that Camus probably got up to, the shit that, who knows, like, oh, you want to talk like hedonism? Like, what, the Stoics? What do you, if this stuff was around back then, like, they all would have, nobody would be, they would have been buried. Plato would have been buried in his cave. Sometimes it's better not to know, but once you know, you know, it's like Pandora's box, right? Like, you can't not know once you know. But, yeah, see? Well, okay, so that's confirmed, was married to Drew Barrymore. I'm taking that as a statement. This is not me peeking over at my test. Reveal nothing. I never liked Dane Cook. My sister loved him. My sister took me to see him live once. I think this was before he was huge, because this was at like a small comedy club. And he was doing his jokes about Quick. It was like, you put the Quick in the milk and then the bubble pops and you get Quick in your eye. And he was just very sort of, you know, animated. And that was his version of comedy, was being animated like if Jim Carrey were not clever. Jim Carrey, there's another one. I mean, what the hell was that Emma Stone thing? Does anybody remember that? Does anybody remember laughter? This is... Indigo being indigo. What the hell happened to your hair? My hair was long, and I was sick. I am sick. I might still be sick. And it just made me, I feel cleaner with shorter hair. So I done cut it. I think I did a good job, considering the back. Like, people talk about cutting, like guys, any guy can cut their own hair. The back is the tricky bit. There's no excuse. Cut your own hair. Well, if you're going for something like this is easy. Look at this. Indigo poking fun of me. I get no respite. Cut me some slack for being ill. Here, this is not really like this needs to be stopped down. Stop. It's brighter. Is it brighter? It feels like this is brighter than this. The colors aren't quite matching, but that lens has a character all its own that I can't get this lens to match. I really like this lens. But I'm back on the Black Magics, in case anybody is wondering. Back on the Black Magics. The Canon is in the basement because I am shooting something. Yeah, I've decided to embrace the you look like Jordan Peterson. I'm going to say this and then I probably won't end up actually doing it, but I want to do a 12 steps to go to sleep and have it be like really, really like patronizing, like Jordan Peterson. No, I don't need to describe what it's going to be like. Like Jordan Peterson, like patronizing and, using long words, using your hands a lot and making these sort of arguments that transitive properties aren't really a thing. Like you just kind of jump all the way to D without A plus B equaling D and then B plus C equaling D. Therefore, A plus C equals D. He'll just be like A plus B equals C, therefore D. So, doing stuff like that. But a lot of this. I gotta have a nice pocket square or something. And then I will take a sip of something at the start of the video. And it will turn out to be apple cider, which will make it so I can only whisper. I'm not. I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by the cultural phenomenon that he represents. And I want to cash in a little bit. And I want to make fun of him. And we're down to 2 minutes. This is exciting. I'm excited. Tested positive Friday, a week ago Friday. Went from being okay to feeling like total shit in a few hours. Felt horrible for days, for like 4 or 5 days. Ping-ponging all the flip around. Do I know Tate? Are you talking about Andrew Tate? You're talking about Cobra Tate? You're talking about Bubble Walter? Talking about, if you don't drink Bubble Water, you're a beta. If that's who you're talking about. Hi, KJ. By the way, I didn't say hi to everybody. Hi, Katarina, Ms. Pivy, Lexi, Olivia, Clarissa, Anu. I saw Jeff earlier. Warp Raven. We're down to the final minute. So yeah, Positive, positive, positive. This is not like Joe Biden. I tested positive the day after Joe Biden tested positive originally. But unlike Joe Biden, I'd never tested negative. I was testing myself. I didn't bother testing myself like the first 4 days after I'd gotten the positive result. But then I was testing myself every 2 days after that, and they were all positive. Positive, 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 positive. I did say hi to you, Indigo. Okay. We're good. We're good. I'm gonna go over to the camera so we can take a look together, because I actually can't see it from here. I would have to lift my head in order to see. So we're going to discover at the same time if I'm still testing positive for COVID. This would be 12 days. 12 days of testing positive for COVID. Over and over again. And I don't know what I'm going to do about it if it's still positive. So, before we do that,
tiptoe, I miss my tiptoe. He goes wherever I go. I miss my tiptoe. He goes.
what else? What else can I do? Can we do this one?
Like, I don't know if that thing that they just did with the COVID is like panned out or not, but if it did, that's like somebody should probably be looking into that.
James Lindsay, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I'll stop fucking around. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. It's negative. No, it's positive. It is positive. It is a very light positive. But they're very specific, like in, their little manual, that even like a light line is still positive. It's still fucking positive. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, like it literally like shows a light version. Oh, okay. Basically what I'm getting is like this one, the lightest version. I was getting like a super dark version. It sucks when I looked at it at first. And now I think you can even see that it depends on the lighting. Actually, yeah, if I cover up the light, you can see better. If I block some of the light, you can see that it is actually positive. Just a very faint positive. But still fucking positive. Fuck you, man. Fuck these fucking tests. Fuck this shit. I'm stuck. I'm like stuck here. Well, I have spoken with my doctor, and my ex-wife is obviously not an infectious disease specialist, but is a dermatologist. Yeah, the line is getting lighter, but the line was pretty light yesterday or the day before yesterday. So, fuck, man. I really thought. I don't know. I thought I won the lotto. I get feelings about lots of things. Should not trust my feelings. I feel guilty. I'm guilty of guilt. Did anyone listen to Nighttime Disguise, by the way? Come on. Look, if I had won the lottery, I would, well, so they said like after taxes, it was like $400 million. $400 million. Like the first thing I would do would be make a list of people whom I want dead. No, I'd make a list of people. Like who am I going to give most of this to and why? And that would probably be my, like, I'd be, well, I mean, this is what purportedly Bill Gates does. I mean, Bill Gates does do this. He also does some fucking horrible shit, right? And nobody, the point is, nobody should have that much money. Nobody should be controlling that much money. It's kind of funny to me that, like, for that $1 billion lottery, much more money went to the state than goes to the winner. The state and the federal governments got something like 20% more than what the actual winner gets when all is said and done. But I would definitely go through Indigo. I'd give you money. You'd have money. I would make an Excel. Here's what I would do. It'd be, well, maybe Google Sheets. I don't know. Maybe I don't trust this to a cloud-based anything. Maybe I want it to be like on a computer that is not connected to any kind of network. Using Excel, just make a list of like people. And then I'd give them all scores based on criteria that I just pull out of thin air. And then I would make those scores correspond to percentages. And then I would allocate. I'm not going to lie. Like, nepotism's in there. Like, my kids would be getting the majority of that money, right? But I would say I would give away at least half of it. This is what I think. Then it happens, and I'd probably be like, no. But in my head, I would give away half of it, and I would give it away to people based on criteria that I come up with, which I shouldn't be allowed to do, and shouldn't be allowed to have that much money. It shouldn't happen. Q, why'd you do that? That's sweet. Your score just went up. Your score just went up by a percentage that I cannot divulge to you. But I feel, in my head, I feel like I would give away like half of it. Now, I'm not including my kids in that. Like family, I'm talking about, I would give away half of it to people and or institutions apart from family. But man, I would be draconian about how. Which is why people should not have that power. Elon Musk should not have that. Nobody should have that power, especially Elon Musk. Elon Musk should have no power. Thinks he's doing the world a favor by personally repopulating. This is, it's called, trying to justify your actions. Trying to justify unethical power dynamics that exist between you and your workers and or people who just have far less money than you do, right? But he's doing it for us. He's trying to repopulate the planet. Real good of him. He's a great guy. Man, he's such a great guy. I love him. But nobody should. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how good you are. The point is that an individual should not be Those decisions should not be up to individuals. Not even the most altruistic individual. Yeah, it's darker now. I know you're not supposed to pay attention to it after 15 minutes, but it's getting darker. Well, the isolation continues. I went to Safeway this morning. I KN95'd it up, and I was like barely breathing. But I did go out. And it makes me wonder now, like in Virginia, masks are, nobody cares, right? There's no mandates. There's no requirements for anybody to wear masks for any reason. So now when I see, Nico, don't do that. You can charge that back. You can charge that back. I don't need it. I don't need it. I feel bad accepting it. This is very, very kind of you. Actually, maybe I'll buy a Prime movie with it tonight. Oh man, Q, you're right. You're right, aren't you? It's not an effective way to get a return on investment. But I think Q has a point. Nico, I don't know whether I can trust your motives. I just have no idea. I'm going to flip a coin anyway. I didn't even play the lottery. I didn't even buy a freaking ticket. I got over that when I was a lad. It's funny how easy that can grip you. And that feeling that you really have a shot. And that the lottery is not like just a massive roulette wheel with the house being the government. Double zeros all around. And then it's like a win-win for the government, right? Because it has a placating effect as well. Like you too can one day not be poor. All you got to do is win the lottery. Take your well-earned. I saw something. DJ Khaled bought like hundreds of tickets or something. It's fucking outrageous. Like that's the kind. I'm sure, like a data scientist could look at the number of tickets sold in a given time, right? And do some sort of correlation between. The hell was that? Figure out some sort of correlation between like when there are lots of tickets sold and correlate that with general despair. Like that should be a negative indicator. The fact that now I understand that like, you know, if numbers don't get picked, the amount goes up. So I'm not saying take by the amount. I'm talking about the number of tickets bought. Well, maybe not. That's going to be skewed because like if it's a high number, more people are going to go buy it because they get caught up in the FOMO. There's got to be a way to clarify that data, to cleanse, to account for. Yeah, you just have to account for the amount, and you could use that as an indicator for national despair. When more people are buying lottery tickets, that is an indicator of the recession, which is coming. There is a recession on the horizon, and it's not going to be fun. Save your money. Hey, Nasha, how are you doing? Nasha, you missed me testing positive again. 12 days running, testing positive for the COVID. I actually felt good enough to exercise today. A little bit. Not a lot. Like a little bit. But I haven't been. And I've lost, like I gained weight because I had been exercising and trying to not be completely a stick figure. I think that's like a midlife crisis thing, right? But then I got used to eating a little more than I had, and then it kind of balanced out because I got sick, and then I wasn't wanting to eat. But then the urge to eat came back before the ability to have any sort of stamina when it came to getting back to exercising. So it came back, right? No, I'm not a cardio man. I'm the opposite of a cardio man. I want to spend as little time as possible and get the most returns as possible. So, and I realize because of my frame, and this is what I hear or read or whatever, because of my frame, I can actually get some decent results in a short amount of time at first, and then it's going to become much harder. And that's the point where I'm just going to stop. So the moment that I'm not seeing definite changes, and I did see definite changes. It didn't take long. It took like a month. Probably not changes that people could see on the outside unless they were really looking, right? But like I have a pull-up bar right in the sort of little hallway going from this room. And I would just never go past it. Like I was like, okay, this is my office. I'm always going in and out of here. Just be sure that I never go past that without doing a few pull-ups. And just, even just that's actually what started it. Because it made like a big difference. And I was able to do more very quickly and then not anymore. And then once I hit that not anymore spot, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to stay there. Like as long as I can maintain that, then that's all right. So then I incorporated other stuff. I remember I used to like just try and do like body weight resistance exercises, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. And this is when I was seeing Ardra, and Ardra knows a lot about she knows a lot about fitness. I don't. And she was like, well, what are the things that you do? And I was like, okay, well, I do this. And she's like, okay, that does, I don't even remember what the muscles were. She's like, okay, that exercises this muscle, whatever the back side of the bicep is called. She's like, that exercises that muscle. And I was like, okay, I also do this. And she's like, yeah, that same muscle. And I was like, well, then I do this. And she's like, no, same muscle. So I was doing like 5 exercises, and they were all, it felt like they were doing different stuff, but they were all apparently just doing this quadricep, whatever the heck this muscle is here. So you should, I guess the goal or the moral of that story was, read a little bit. Tricep. Okay, there you go. So I was doing a bunch of different exercises, and they were all hitting the same thing. Indigo, you want to start working out 4/18/5. I mean, I can put the T on the end of star. It still makes no sense. I want to start working out 4/18/5. No idea. Oh, well, Clarissa, I would not call what I do working out at all. I would call it, well, maybe there's other people, probably other people. It's not me. Yes, my goals are lean. I want to look like a meth addict, but with like slightly better teeth. I want to look like Teardrop. I want to get rid of my gut. That's what I want to do, really. Like, and I was not having much success getting rid of it. So I thought if I could broaden my shoulders a bit, then maybe the proportions would be, better. So just trying different, and that actually seemed to get better results. Like there's no way you can tell right now. Like it's been 2.5 weeks since I've done anything, and that shit disappears quick, which doesn't seem fair. But even then, like, there was, from the outside, very minimal visible effect. But I could tell, like, I could definitely tell. And it felt pretty good. So whatever. Yeah, this is what I hear, right? Like, the incline can kind of, is the best way to kind of trick your brain into thinking maybe you're not doing so much. I have, I'm on a beta blocker, right? So I go to a cardiologist and do stress tests, I want to say once a year, but it's probably not quite once a year, like lately. And they have this thing called the Bruce protocol that they put you through, which basically, the treadmill keeps going up in incline. Their goal is to get you to a very high target heart rate. And last time I was not able to complete it. Like my heart rate wouldn't get up high enough, but my legs turned to jelly. Like my legs are fucking ridiculous. They're ridiculous looking little sticks. Like I want to, make the comparison here with Thor. I'm basically Thor. I'm basically like, I have the upper body of Thor, but also the lower body of Thor. Do I still have this here? Because I did think that was really like crazy. And this is not body shaming, because this is a guy who clearly he was like, I'm only ever doing upper body workouts. I'm never going to do any lower body workouts at all. I don't think I have it anymore. But there was and I realized some of it was perspective also, but it just looked pretty crazy. Was this it? Oh no, that's Ron DeSantis. Looking good. Your future president. I'm basically everybody do basically Thor, a meth addict. Thor. Yeah, Jeff's good. These are all true. I used to smoke, right? I quit smoking. It's more than 20 years ago now. Well, it's about 20 years ago. And I did gain weight after I quit smoking. Why am I leaving this up? Shit, I can't find it. We might be stuck with Ron DeSantis for a few minutes. Hold on. Wait. No. Can I just select? Oh, okay. I can just select it directly. I'm trying to go through my... Can I search my overlays? This would be interesting. No, I don't think I can. There's no way to do it. Was this it? No. Okay. That was called guns. And I was like, well, maybe that's Thor's guns. But no, that was just your various conservative representatives / congresspeople / senators / state senators / judges posing as they do with their families and their rifles. Looking good. Looking damn good. Nope. That's not it. Am I going to just really... It's not worth looking for it. Wait, is this it? Nope. See, that said Guardians of. I thought maybe it was Guardians of the Galaxy, even though I know Thor. I know it's not Guardians of the Galaxy. But really, this was Guardians of the Constitution. I was listening today to what is, I guess, anecdotal, but apparently there's some truth to it. Because my opinion of John Roberts is he wants the court to look unbiased, and he'll do whatever it takes for the court to not appear to be like a clown show, a kangaroo court. And that he doesn't really do any, he won't do anything to actually change policy. He'll just do it to make the numbers look like it was closer. Like, ooh, that was close. We lost Roe v. Wade, but it was close. But it's talking about how he apparently, for when Roe v. Wade, when that brief was leaked, which was apparently, this was last December, that it was actually written up. And up until it was leaked, I guess he was trying to get people to enforce the 15-week ban that Mississippi had established and to leave Roe untouched. So he was trying to get, Kavanaugh and Coney Barrett over to that side in order to do that. But, and again, this is just what the reporting I heard said. Once the leak happened, like that, just everybody dug in their heels, right? Because when Roberts changed his mind in the Affordable Care Act, he got excoriated for it. So really, like, if you believe like and I don't know what the fuck to believe anymore. And I don't know, there's no way for us to ever know what the truth is. Like, but if you believe the story as presented, the leak made it much more difficult for John Roberts to try and prevent Roe from being overturned. Don't know if I buy it. Don't know if I buy it. Performative. It seems performative to me. But who knows? Oh, Q, I did not know this. I'm sorry. That's rough. Is this like a recent development? Oh, this sucks. This sucks. That sucks. And and lung cancer is... They apparently developed a vaccine for certain types of small cell lung cancer. Obviously, not going to do your father any good. But just a few months ago. Damn. Yeah, that hurts. I apologize. Now, can I find that picture of Chris? Is it Chris Evans? One of the Chris's. Look at. Oh, Matt Damon telling everyone to buy Bitcoin. January of 2022. Matt. It's not your fault. No. It's not your fault. Listen to me. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's totally your fault. Hemsworth, yes. Chris Hemsworth. That is it. Thought I had it somewhere. Some of these are not names, so like I'm putting stuff up. Oh, that's my dad and my mom. I don't know what it is. It'd probably be quicker for me to just Google the damn thing again. But I'm not going to do that. I'm probably just going to say screw it. And just trust me. There's a picture of Chris Hemsworth where he's so huge. His upper body is massive. And his legs are really not that different looking from mine. I'm sure they're much, much bigger than mine. But, the juxtaposition of those two different sort of states of swollenness, pretty crazy. What do I have William Alexander here? Oh, yeah. All those people, like, don't investigate your heroes. Don't. Look, just enjoy Bob Ross. Enjoy Bob Ross. Accept the spoon-fed Netflix documentary. Don't dig too deep about how he fucked over William Alexander. Because... Wait, is this it? Nope. Now I feel like this is the sunk cost fallacy that I'm engaged in right here. Oh, I found it. It's exciting. Oh, did it in the wrong order. I mean, dude, look at those arms. Like, those look like the arms of an action figure. It does not even look like a human being should have those arms. It looks like he broke every bone in his daughter's hand, and he doesn't even know it. But then his legs, like, if you just saw the legs, you'd just be like, oh, look, Pete Davidson. You know? It's not, it's how, look, body shaming, to me, this is not, or to me, I'm sorry, to me, this is acceptable body shaming. And it's Chris Hemsworth. Like, how can I body shame Chris Hemsworth? It's just like, dude, take one day, out of the week and do something. Now I can't. Oh, now I lost it. Now they're just going to be up there. I mean, it's one thing, like if it's a personal, like, it's a choice. It's like definitely like that's one of the things I loved about The Boys, right? Is like Homelander's so clearly, like, whatever, the actor, I'm sure he's buff as hell, but like, you can't tell. Like, it's so obvious. They made his costume so obvious that it's like padding, which I just thought was hilarious. Well, I don't want to trigger anyone's body dysmorphia. Write the injection sites, right? Like, do some on the bottom. But he didn't need to, right? That's not what he needed to do. And in his mind, probably he was like, I am doing this for a purpose. The purpose is not just for me to get as big as I possibly can. The purpose is for me to look the way I need to look for this movie. And in order for me to do that, I don't need to do squats. Good for him. Okay, I got to mute for a second because I got a cough. Yes, I can see deleted messages. They come right through. Come right through to me. So what else has been going on? Yeah, I read about Will Poulter and the insane regimen that they put him through for the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which is, 3 Guardians of the Galaxy movies too many as far as I am concerned. Can't stand any of them. I don't like Marvel movies. I generally don't like superhero movies. Oh, is this what's going on here? I'm not really set up for calls. We could try it. It may be like a terrible mess. I'm not set up for calls. I haven't been for some time. But let's see. We can try it. Let's try it. This will be interesting. Interview on. Okay. Copy link. What's going to... All right, this may not work, Ms. We'll give it a shot. Or it may, you may be able to get through and then I won't be able to hear you. I just don't know. I have not prepped for this. But I'm willing to try it because it's been a little while. So now we wait. Wait for Ms. to call. And I play some incidental No, Ms., no, try it. Try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But it might work. It might just be fine. Ms. is in the green room. Nobody asked you to call. Nobody asked you to call, Indigo. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop out one earpiece. Let's see if this works. And I gotta go to this. It's been a while. Okay. Welcome, Ms. Hi, Ms. Damn it, I can't
Oh my
hear
God.
you.
Hi.
The world can hear you. But I cannot. Can you make some noise?
Oh, wonderful.
Can you make more noise? Oh,
Sorry.
now I hear you.
Oh,
I hear you. This
howdy.
is like, I think this is just working. If there's no echo,
Fantastic.
I'm going to be shocked. But,
Ooh.
Ms., how are you doing? It's been a while.
It has been a while. That's
Cool.
all I have to contribute.
All right. Well, it's good
How are
talking
you
to you.
doing? Yeah.
Did you say, how am I doing?
Yes, how are you doing?
That sounds... No,
There are other things to do indoors.
Look, yeah, I'll tell you what. I got a Switch like 5 years after it came out. I'd gotten my kids' Switches, and I still had never gotten a Switch. So finally got a Switch because I wanted to play. There were a couple things I wanted to play. I don't even know how to say it, but like live alive, live. It's spelled live live or live alive or live alive or live alive. No idea how it's actually supposed to be pronounced. Wanted to play that in the course. While I was doing that, there were like a bunch of specials on things, and I got Bioshock, the Bioshock collection, and I was like, oh, I hadn't played Infinite in a while,
Oh,
and my recollection of it was I didn't love it, right? Like I wasn't clear on how much I liked it or not. I remember really liking Bioshock and actually being surprised that I liked Bioshock 2, but then being a little let down by
Bioshock
Infinite.
2 is the best in the franchise, and I stand by that.
I think I would probably, I don't, because the concept of Bioshock 1 is so good, like it's hard for me to make that same statement, but I do like feel I definitely enjoyed Bioshock 2 more than I enjoyed Bioshock 1. Um,
Yeah, I think it honed the like mechanics a lot more. So
yeah,
it was just kind of more enjoyable overall.
but so I started playing Bioshock Infinite thinking that I was just gonna like see what it looked like for like an hour, and I've been playing it nonstop, and I'm almost done with it now. And a few things that strike me about it, and I didn't feel like this was that long ago, but man, that game is like super linear. Like it is just like it is like they took a few quests and just sort of strung them along linearly and were like, okay, run through this area and run through this area again, go here, elevator cutscene, boss fight. All the boss fights are pretty much the
Yeah.
same. The mechanics are pretty weak. I really like the visual style, but that's pretty much all I can say for it so far.
How's the graphics on the Switch? Because it's like a tiny
I,
console.
they definitely like even though I'm generally playing it on the Switch screen and not a TV,
Docked.
you can really tell like it's like a blur. Like everything is super low res and just like
Oh,
bloom on
you've got yourself a
everything.
demake version.
Yeah, like the depth of field is super thin, so you can only see stuff
Oh
that's kind of like
man.
very close to you, and then everything is shining and like it's like, hey, we're doing effects, right? But yeah, but I like can't see the dude I'm trying to hit who's not that far away from me. Um, I'm I'm not thrilled with it, but I'm also just sort of like apart from the visual style, I'm kind of like this is like feels like playing a retro game, and I know it's a retro game, but like a retro game from like more like a Doom style game where it's just a lot of square rooms, a lot of like
Yeah,
very
yeah.
simple stuff that I didn't recall it being like that. And I don't know if I
Uh,
don't know how much of that is the Switch or just me.
have you gone into the whole deep dive of Infinite's creation and how it got like massively tanked and like 80% of all the original concept was completely cut from it,
I
and the final product is
I
less of.
remember I remember some stuff about that, but like I my deep dive into it was not that long after it came out, so
Mm.
I've forgotten most of it. But I do know that it was like Ken Levine's it was like the last straw
Yeah,
for
yeah.
him, right? Uh,
Bastard project.
yeah, and I mean, amazing when you think about like how revolutionary. No, I'll say revolutionary. System Shock 2 was, and then how they sort of Irrational sort of leaped and bounded to BioShock, and I don't think Irrational did BioShock 2, did they? I think that was like an external company. I don't recall, um, but it might have been another company. I don't know, but like they were like on a rocket ship. Like it seemed like they were. Uh, I remember interviewing by phone with Ken Levine in I want to say like maybe 2001, 2002, which must have been. And this was I think back when the game that was being worked on was just called Shock, because I guess they were when they were originally developing uh, BioShock. They didn't have the rights to System Shock, right? They really wanted to make System
Mm.
Shock 3 or whatever it was. And so it was called Shock. And I remember having a phone interview with Ken Levine and one other guy that was on the phone and just talking to them about what I loved about System Shock and what I loved about System Shock 2. I never heard from them again. But I did get to talk to them on the phone, so that was nice. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, so I'm talking way too much considering that
No,
I don't know what's going on
please, do not apologize.
What has been going on with you?
Do you want
That's the
do
only
you want a
prompt I'm
polite
giving.
answer?
Say again?
Do you want a polite answer or do you want the genuine answer?
Oh, no, I want the genuine answer.
Whoo, boy. Well,
Oh, shit.
this is month 5 of being stuck in Turkey.
So, can you tell me what you mean by stuck? Like,
Insofar as we're in an empty apartment sleeping on the floor,
but you can't leave
with,
because, like, obviously I know you can't go back, right? But
yes.
is there a reason that Turkey is sort of where, like, why Turkey, I guess?
Okay, so when we were evacuated from Ukraine, we spent 2 whole weeks evacuating. And during that time, we went through Crimea, through to Russia, and ended up staying in Sochi for a week. And then from Sochi, we were managed to give, no, sorry, that's not right. We were given a charter flight to Istanbul, where everybody else that we evacuated with were able to evacuate to their own respective countries with their families. But because we didn't have a home, we weren't able to do that. So they just left us here.
But I thought that now I apologize because I don't remember like your whole sort of backstory for the character that you were.
Tragic.
But I thought that you were a British citizen or something, or am I?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I do this accent for fun.
Well,
no, we. So
when you say
yeah,
you don't
of
have a
course.
home, I like you mean literally like you don't have
Yeah.
a house, but you
Yes.
can't be evacuated back to the United Kingdom, or you don't want to, or you don't have the means to.
Well, if we were evacuated back to the United Kingdom, I'd be homeless. To put it point blank simple. We have no family. I don't want to impose on friends like that. We have 3 cats. And all of our furniture, obviously, and our literal home is in Ukraine.
Can I ask
So
who we
it's,
is?
oh, my parents.
Okay.
Yes,
So I thought one
'cause
of your
I'm,
parents was like an ambassador or something. Am I?
God, no. My,
Okay.
jeez.
I need to listen more. I need to work on my active listening skills.
Oh my God, I'd be sacrificed first if I was the kid of an ambassador.
So not an ambassador from. Well, I mean, technically
A
you are.
diplomat,
Well, there you go. Wait. So
not
wait.
quite ambassador level.
Okay, but still. So I'm not totally off the mark. You made me.
No, I'll give you points for trying, darling.
So your father is a British diplomat.
Yes.
Okay, and they don't have any systems in place to temporarily
Not a single
house.
thing. Nope.
Huh.
He's still in Ukraine working right now to pay for us here.
Wow. What is what's the long term, like what's the best possible outcome? Like what is the hope?
Meteorite. Quickly.
Moscow? Where are we talking about aiming that meteor?
Oh no, just everyone. I'm happy with bringing everybody down with me. No, so it's really complicated because Turkey has possibly one of the worst bureaucracies out there. So we have applied for residency. However, they are not quick, nor are they keen to provide said residency. So we have been waiting for months to hear back. Because ultimately, without a visa, or even with a visa, because we're foreign, we are only allowed to be here for 90 days, which we have surpassed. So
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 they
we're
kind
here
of looking the other
illegally.
way, sort of like what is the
Oh yeah, they have other things going on to
Yeah.
knock on doors. But it does mean that because I don't like this country, um, we've had nothing but problems, just nothing but problems. But one of the things that Turkey has in particularly is that in order to access anything from food delivery to SIM cards to furniture delivery, you need, it's like a social security number, I guess, that comes with your residency, but they ask it
Which
for
you don't have.
everything. Yeah. So that's why we are pretty much stuck. And that's why I have no Wi Fi, and I haven't had Wi Fi for the last 5 months, and I've been using mobile data.
So you are calling
We
in
bought,
using your
a,
mobile data.
yeah, basically. We
Is
have a
it
little
unlimited?
portable. Right now, we have 3 weeks of a SIM card that's unlimited, so I am abusing
Oh,
it. So I will disappear forever after this, which is why I just wanted to pop in today. Um, but yeah, so everything has been very cut back because obviously the issue is we have the flat here now, and because it's Turkey and the economy is in shambles, it is affordable for us here now. And we were able to get the cats through and stuff like that. So we have our bearings here. So because we're past the visa expiry thing, if we leave the country, we won't be able to come back for 3 months, which is why we're stuck.
ah.
So it's not quite in the cards to just go to the UK homeless with nothing, carrying 3 cats, and try and magically find a house and magically start over. So we're still kind of relying on that residency application to come through. So at least we have a bit more freedom coming back and forth, and we can do it gradually.
So with
But
the
that is not.
residency, you'll get
Mhm.
your whatever this number, the equivalent of like a social
Yeah,
security number is, or you won't you, and you'll be able to leave without having to wait 3 months to come back or
yeah,
whatever. Uh, and do you
yeah.
have like, is there a timeline for that? Is that something that?
No,
Hmm. So it might never
we've already
happen.
been denied once, which
Oh,
is
you've been denied
foul.
already.
Yes, because
Did
they
they?
didn't like the photos we gave in.
You're fucking
Which
kidding
is
me.
such a fucking stupid reason. Oh, I hate it here. I hate it here. So,
Are they just? Is this just like red tape? They're just trying to like not give residency. Do they
yeah,
not want to grant residency to people, or is it
yeah, they're just very, I don't know,
because it could
not
be?
great.
It could just be like terrible bureaucracy, right? Like it should just be like, oh yeah,
I'm
well
putting it
this.
down to that so I don't take it personally because
Oh
I'm
okay.
taking it personally.
Wait, you are taking it personally.
I'm taking it very personally. I'm having the not nicest of times. I'm trying to be positive about it. I'm not doing very well.
What is your
Um,
day to day like life like right now?
oh, today I woke up at 4 p.m., had a cigarette, had a breakdown, went back to sleep for 4 hours. That's about it.
but you had a cigarette.
Oh yes, I'm loaded always. Because also just to add on top of the just absolute everything that is my life, testosterone isn't accessible in Turkey at all. So I have gone without my prescription for 5 months, and I am gnawing at bone.
How now? What was that like? Like when you were like, I guess after 5 months, maybe I don't know like what the effects are of like having been on testosterone for a while and then coming off it. As far as like um, what happens to you mentally, right? Like, is there like an addictive component? Did you have the equivalent? I realize like there may be physical change or probably were physical changes,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
Um, but were there like mental changes as well? Did you go through something like withdrawal?
Not so much in the context of testosterone itself. They say that testosterone makes you more aggressive, but oh, let me tell you, I'm more aggressive now. But in terms of obviously like testosterone for, and this goes for anything,
Y-
if, and most trans people, obviously, it's a mentally affirming thing for a trans person to be on their respective hormones if that's what they want. So if you take something necessary to someone away from them, their mental state is going to decline a little bit because they're not going to be too happy about it. So my testosterone was working really well in conjunction to my antidepressants. But so now that I'm off testosterone, and I'm getting worse. My antidepressants are no longer the correct dose. And those aren't working, so I'm essentially unmedicated. I am
But you are
bouncing off the
able to still
walls.
get the antidepressants, just
Oh
not the
yeah, because
testosterone.
everybody in this country is on antidepressants.
That's another indicator. That and the amount of lottery tickets sold,
Yeah,
both good indicators of like the decline of a given country.
totally.
That sucks. And you're right. Like they say, testosterone makes people aggressive, but
Yeah, I don't
bullshit
know.
bureaucracy makes people
Yeah,
aggressive.
some of us are just not nice people. Simple.
Is that also a problem too? Like, is it just like people are not nice generally
Oh
to?
God, I don't want to be turkey racist.
I mean,
But no, yeah, no, they're not nice.
is this like a sort of xenophobic not nice, or is this just like a general like people are just
Um,
not as nice generally?
I mean, 100% Turks are racist as hell. They're very against Arabs. They're very against Syrian refugees. All, you know, the lot, the lot. Um, I think I have all of the few that I've met who are okay, who once upon learning that I am foreign, the first question they always say is, "Why did you come here?" They are mostly, oh, we have some of the names. They are mostly foreigners themselves or have different family members from different places. So there are nice ones, but they are mostly culturally different. And again, I'm in Istanbul. I don't know if that makes it worse. I think if you're from maybe, you know, the quieter parts on the outsides, near the like ocean or whatever, they're probably maybe calmer. But Istanbul obviously is very uptight, international hub, lots of work, lots of tourists, etc., etc. Probably worse.
But you can't work, right? Because you don't have
No,
residency. You
and I
can't.
don't speak the fucking godless language. I'm having a terrible time.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that sounds terrible. I'd love to solve it for you. What's the COVID situation like over there?
The what, sorry?
The COVID situation like?
Um, the same as worldwide, I think. It was bad and then it got better, and now that everybody is just stopped, then it's now gotten worse again. Um, so it's mostly you will see on like public transport and in public and stuff, it's mostly either really old people or really young people who wear masks, which is a nice. Once again, millennials are the problem.
Those goddamn millennials, man.
But it is.
Have
It
you
is.
gotten COVID, by the way? I don't know if.
So I haven't. My mom just got it recently. She just got over it. She got it when everybody in the sailor chat got it, yourself included. I just called it the sailor chat to your face. I mean the Discord. Um, and she was hanging out a little bit, but I was completely fine. And this is not the first time that my parents have gotten COVID, and I've lived with them, and I've not gotten it. So I think I might just be a carrier.
That's
Awful, like a pigeon.
it's like that's a dangerous mindset to have though, right? Because I thought the same thing, right? Like I was like I have been exposed to, in so many
Yeah,
cases. Like
yeah.
I have like engaged in risky behavior, and I just don't seem to get it. And right, like my kids had it, and I
Licking
was
bowling balls.
yeah. Well, that's ultimately what got me was licking the bowling balls.
Yeah, flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit, but I do feel like that I had a little bit of that kind of I'm Teflon, right? Like feeling going
Mm.
through me until I didn't, and now I feel like the inverse. I'm like I am not getting this again. This cannot happen to me again.
Well, you'll have that little immunity period, won't you? You'll
Yeah,
be able to lick bowling balls
three
once
full
more.
months. It'll wear off just in
Mm.
time for winter. I'll be
Fab. Oh God.
fucking miserable already. These are first world problems, right? Like compared to what you're going through, it's really not.
No,
I
not
mean, I
really.
realize you can
Plague.
die from
Plague
it,
is
but like,
plague.
but still, I mean, you
No,
could.
I mean, yeah, everything is because not to, make this a competition again, which I'm clearly winning. Um, But in the context of when my dad's still in Ukraine, working, and he's doing what would you call it? He's does like security clearance for journalists. So he spent the last couple of months or so dealing with the BBC team who want to report in Kiev and Odessa and things like that. So he's the one who's in charge of making sure they all don't die.
And they've been targeting
And the
journalists too, right? Like that's
oh
happened a few
yeah,
times, right?
totally, yeah, yeah. So he's in charge of all the training and things like that to make sure that that doesn't happen. Um, and like last month, the entire BBC team got COVID while they were reporting in Ukraine during a war. And it's at the case where like you just can't afford to self-isolate or go through the
Right,
motions because there's more important things to.
right,
It's
exactly.
it's super strange, but it is what it is.
Uh, I mean, that sounds terrible.
Oh yes,
Ms. Uh,
everything is terrible.
yeah, you've really you've elevated tonight's podcast.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you weren't too comfortable in being optimistic. Just wanted to remind you that some of us are suffering.
But
No,
you
I'm good.
really like you have no. There's no possible timeline. There's no like a. Well, we think
Fucking
maybe
God,
that
no.
nothing. It's totally just like
Mm-mm,
day by
no.
day, taking each
And
day.
every day, I think about launching myself off the balcony.
Don't do that though. You could play video games, right?
No,
Oh,
because I don't have Wi-Fi and I don't have anything on me. I evacuated with nothing but my phone.
yeah, you got a phone.
Fucking fantastic.
You could play Bubble. What is it? The match 3 stuff. All those match 3. You can play
Okay, yeah,
Cookie
I'll get
Kingdom.
fucking Candy Crush
Yeah, you got all
with
kinds of options.
microtransactions I can't access because my British bank is banned in Turkey.
Oh shit! So you can't even access.
Everything. No,
Wow.
everything is miserable. Everything.
Um, you're fucked, Miz. Like I don't
Oh, I'm
really.
totally fucked. I thought I'd have a few more years before I'd be able to be this fucked, you know? 22. I turned 22 last week. It's like an absolute fuck you.
Happy
I'm just,
birthday!
thanks.
1 year of being legal. What's the drinking age in Turkey?
18.
Oh, is it
Oh,
18?
oh God, fucking fuck knows. I saw a child the other day drinking beer.
So alcohol is readily available as a palliative. Is that?
Yes, but I can't drink because of my antidepressants.
Oh, you
So
can.
it's just
No,
smoking.
you can. You
Smoking is
can.
it.
Yeah, you can drink with it. You just gotta
My
you gotta be
stomach
a little
doesn't
more
work.
careful. Muzz's suggestion is starting a YouTube channel and uploading shorts.
I'd love to do that if I didn't hate myself. Also, what shorts? What shorts could I possibly?
I
Oh,
mean, the position that you're in, like where you are, and what you're going through. I mean, that's a lot more intriguing than like what 99.9% of the people who are uploading shorts and or TikToks are going through.
so your
Um,
suggestion is become a circus animal, perform for tricks. Gotta love it.
Well, to be fair, that was
I will write that
Muzz's
down.
suggestion. I think he's really out of line.
No, no, I've thought about it because that's another thing. I am, because what you were talking about exercise. Another thing that's affecting me a lot is obviously off testosterone, the physical changes, your fat redistribution gets all fucked up. So everything that I was somewhat content with before has now just completely reversed itself. So I have also been trying to lift weights and do cardio and things like that. Because when you are at a point where you are completely stagnant, the guilt of not doing anything, because it's like, you know what, I am completely indoors. I do not exist outside. At the very least, I could improve myself. And I'm just not doing that. And so that guilt, it's like you have the opportunity that people kill for, and it's like you're still not doing anything about it. So that guilt.
How
Love
long
it.
have you been in Turkey?
5 months.
I was going to say maybe you need to hit rock bottom still before you can sort of turn
It
around.
can't get rockier than this.
Yeah, this is what
I can't
that's
think.
why I kind of like. I was like, yeah, 5 months.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to think about what, because you know what, for quite a while here, as we've been getting bits of information in with the, such of no furniture ordering, things like that, because we sleep on mattresses on the floor, and we were lucky to get mattresses at the very least. But my 60-year-old mother sleeps on a mattress on the floor in an empty flat, so it's not like I'm the only one suffering here. But yeah, so there's a point where you wake up and you're like, you know what? At least it just can't possibly get any worse than this. And then you wake up the next morning, and somehow it does. Today, the door frame fell off the bathroom. It's just, it's just like I feel like I've done something. Not to get Catholic, but it's almost like I am atoning for something here.
You're kind of the Job in this situation. Can I ask? Are is How big is the apartment that you're in, or the flat that you're in, and
Not
how many
huge.
people are there?
So me and my mom and my dad comes in and out when he can. So it's just 2 people, so it's fine. And 3 cats who can't, who also who can't go into the UK because for some fucking reason the UK is the hardest country to get pets into because they have stupid rules that the entire rest of the world doesn't have. So we've had to spend loads of money on weird, stupid tests to make sure that the cats aren't quarantined for like 3 months on the unlikely occasion that we do end up back in the UK.
But when you say the unlikely event that you do end up back in the UK,
Oh, right, yes.
that's not the goal, right? Like your goal is hopefully there's some kind of accord. Indigo keeps calling. Indigo, I see that you're calling.
Love her. Well, the problem is that it has to be the UK because that's the only place where we won't get kicked out of after 90 days. So as much as we absolutely hate it, and I have a lot of legal things to sort out, I need to change. I mean, this is, in comparison to all of this is also such a first world problem, but I need to change the gender marker on my passport. And obviously I can't do that anywhere else. And then I'd have to wait for the passport to come back, so I won't be able to go anywhere there. And then a bunch of my prescriptions, because I did try, because of course, I have to have everything kind of given to me like bait on a stick for it to be ripped away. But my dad stopped in the UK before he came to Turkey last week. He got 3 days off from work. How generous. And so there was a possibility that he could have gotten my testosterone from the UK. So I phoned all my doctors. I looked on everything online to try even borderline illegally getting it. And my doctors, I had to spend £5 on fucking Skype credit to call internationally from Turkey. And they told me that my prescription has, for whatever reason, expired. So I need to sort out all of that. So I wasn't able to get everything.
So they're going to need like another
You
office
could-
visit before they can give you more testosterone.
Oh God, fucking knows what they want. They didn't even, when I had everything legally, they still didn't give it to me. It's just everything is getting worse. I wish not to be in the UK, but for legal reasons, it has to be that. But even that is not really massively on the cards at the minute. You could set me on fire right now, and I would feel nothing.
Well, I'm gonna offer you a bit of advice that I think is going to change your outlook.
Yes.
Here's what I would just keep this in mind if you could.
Is it 12 steps?
No, it's
Like, I don't know if that thing that they just did with the COVID is like panned out or not. But if it did, that's like somebody should probably be looking into that.
just keep that like right at the forefront.
Oh yeah, thanks for that, love.
I'm willing to play that for you anytime you want.
Great. Thanks.
I wish I had more to offer. I
No,
don't.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
is there any way for anyone to help? Like, Can you?
No.
No.
Unless anybody has an estranged relative with a house that's, scheduled to die soon. Not quite. And it has to be UK based.
Oh boy.
No, we've been looking at like those abandoned properties that people sell that are like completely unlivable just for the
Right.
sake of having legally something.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So we're trying, yeah, we're trying that, but that's not exactly.
It seems so bizarre to me. Like, I mean, because your father works for the British government. Like, it feels
Yeah,
like.
no, they don't
I
give a
mean,
fuck. Have you seen the state of the British government at the minute?
I mean, I've seen some pretty funny things, right?
Right.
Um,
Now apply that to a global scale.
yeah, but Prince Charles did get his £1 million or whatever it was from
Yes.
the Bin Laden family in,
Yes.
in a freaking suitcase,
Yeah.
which I found, I mean, that's emblematic, I guess, of a constitutional monarchy, I suppose.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. Fuck,
Well,
man.
Miz, I wish I had more that I could say. Like, I wish there were
No, you're fine.
words that could somehow make things better.
Give
But
up now.
I don't know what to say. Like, it sounds like you are fucked. Like, that
Oh yeah,
sucks.
totally. Yeah, I'm really feeling it. I really am.
And you have no, like, I'm going back to this again because it's the only well I know that is like when you're in a situation where all you can do is pass time, no video game consoles.
None. I don't even have a laptop. I had to hide all my electronics from the Russians, which is a very funny thing to say in 2022. So all my stuff is like buried deep. Um, I have books.
Those are good.
Great.
Those are good.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
So they
I
fucking
find,
are.
I mean, I love reading, but generally, if I'm feeling like alone, right, or a little bit like too much solitude, books don't generally scratch that itch for me
No,
because they're so
they
passive.
don't. If you're doing Switch things, you should play Deadly Premonition. It is a fucking awful game, and it is my favorite.
Wait, is that the guy going around on the skateboard, like the open
That's the
world?
second one,
Oh,
but
okay.
yes, same franchise.
Yeah, I played that. Well, I played the guy going around on the skateboard one for a couple hours. Not on the Switch though. I don't even remember what I played
Oh,
it on.
I think it's on PC as well.
Maybe it was. I
This
just
one's a
remember
great
playing it and
game.
being like, "Wow, this is a giant steaming piece of crap."
It's full of love, though. The developer is this really great Japanese dude who's obsessed with Twin Peaks, and it shows
So,
because the entire game is just a ripoff.
you're saying the first one is more focused than this, like better somehow,
I
or is it?
wasn't able to play the second one, but the first one sure is a treat. Uh, be careful what get it on the Switch because on the PC it is actually unplayable unless you download an external hotfix for it. So get get it,
That's
but
always a
it just
good
adds to
sign.
the charm.
That that's
Yeah.
a great. Yeah, the people who ported um, Knights of the Old Republic 2 to was it Switch? I don't know if it was Switch or iOS. I forget, but one of them is unfinishable, and apparently, like, it cannot be
What's
fixed
that?
with a patch. Like, it's just like, yeah, if you bought this game,
Fantastic.
you can't finish it. Right? It's always a great indicator of like QA quality, right?
Oh yeah, keeps you on your toes.
It's easy to blame QA, but certainly like the people in charge who are not paying the QA people are really the ones who are to blame there. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Deadly Premonition, I'm passingly familiar with it.
Yes, fantastic.
I was not able to like get into the second one, but I'll look into the first one.
I think it's probably mainly because first of all, nobody in their right mind would buy the second one unless they were familiar with the first one. And second of
I
all, I
did.
think the second one is supposed to be like it goes into like memories and stuff from the first one, so it's just play the first one.
I mean, I really liked the idea of like this seemingly mundane and like even just the fact that like he travels by skateboard like for a lot of the time, just gave it this level of sort of I don't know, like banality, I suppose, right? Like that was very. Once weird things started happening, I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting now, right? And I like that kind of juxtaposition, much like Thor's upper and lower body, right? Like the differences
Johnny
between them.
Bravo.
However, to me, like you're saying, it was like crafted with love. To me, it very much felt like an empty, unfinished experience. But that might be because it was the second one. I don't know. Maybe going for open sandbox was a bridge too far for the developer. I don't know.
The first one was pretty open as well, though. It's like think of art house films in video game form. It's a very niche kind of thing. Some people absolutely don't appreciate it. Some people hate it, but it is just crafted with so much love. There are whole segments in the first game where if you drive as the main character, he will just start ranting about his favorite films, and he will go into almost like a Patrick Bateman like trance, talking about this film and when it came out, and it's
I think there
fantastic.
was some of that in the second one. Indigo would like to talk to
Good.
you. Like maybe Indigo
Okay.
can lift your
I don't want to.
spirits.
Am I imposing?
No. But Indigo would like to say hi to you. Is that okay?
Of course.
Let's see. Let's see how this goes.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
Indigo. Wait.
Oh dear.
I did
Oh
not
no, you've killed her twice.
realize. Indigo, do you
Put
want
her
to call
back.
back?
Put her back. Put her back.
Wow.
Hi, darling.
Okay.
Sorry
Hello?
about that.
So you just kicked me out then. Is that
Well,
what just happened?
Cut her off.
Well, what I meant to do was
Severed
just
her.
take you off of the screen because it didn't look like you were prepared to be on screen.
No, that was supposed to be part of the bit, sir.
Oh,
I was sleeping. What was wrong with that? Did I look disgusting to you?
Comedic genius.
I just didn't know, and I didn't want to cross any boundaries. I like your shirt
There's
though.
no. No, now I'm thinking about it. That's so bad. No, why would I do that? Okay, well, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyways, Ms. I wanted
Hi.
to talk to you. Hello. I
Hello.
just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. Honestly, like I'm hearing about your situation, and I'm thinking about the problems in my life, and I'm like, wow, like
Oh
really?
God,
Obviously, we
don't,
shouldn't
no.
compare. We shouldn't compare. But I'm just like, really? I really get sad about this stuff.
It's totally fine. There's no
But I do want to
comparison.
say, I want to add a little optimism instead of just saying, wow, that sucks.
That was a dig at me, I think.
Oh my god, I'm just thinking about I just can't. I was trying to like be optimistic, but now I'm thinking about how cringy it was that you guys just found me like pretending to sleep. It's so weird. And you were like, oh no. Okay. Anyways, I want to say that I appreciate you, Ms., for watching my YouTube video that nobody else watched.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
No.
You have
Everybody
YouTube
watch
videos, Indigo?
YouTube videos.
Yeah, situational audios. I uploaded a video called "You're Dying," and I cried in the video. You know, I was like pretending like that you're dying, you have like cancer or something. So that was the video.
No, seriously, Emmy worthy. Genuinely, I want to see
Oh,
you on
thank you so
Euphoria.
much. Thank you.
Okay, well now I want to see
Thank
it.
you.
Like
Yeah,
It's
well,
good.
maybe you should subscribe to my channel. So I
I
don't know.
obviously
just a thought.
know that you have. I think I am subscribed to your channel.
Oh well,
Indigo.
you don't have the notifications turned on. Clearly, only
Well,
Ms. does, I guess.
I
You know,
don't have-
even though literally in Turkey and you know. Anyways, I just want to say to you, Ms., that wait, someone's calling me. Ew. Because my aunt is calling me and she wants to freaking watch a movie that I don't want to watch. Okay. But I did want to say to you, Ms., that she's gonna be so mad. Okay. I'm so sorry that you're in that situation. To offer a bit of optimism, I would say that I'm here. I know that you're not gonna have Wi-Fi for that long, but if you want to talk to me on Instagram, you can talk to me.
Thank you, my love.
It's Blue Indigo 02. That's not a plug. It's just for Ms. If anybody else wants to talk to me, you can. But it's just there.
Thank you.
Blue Indigo 02. Just to say it again.
Mhm.
All lowercase. But anyways, I also want to say that you're very strong, And I know that there's a lot of things going on, but there is a brighter side. And I will say that this soon too shall pass. It's a very stupid quote that I hate hearing. I'm like, shut up!
No,
I'm
it's
experiencing it
wonderful.
right now. But I think that it is something good to remember. Okay, I have to go because my aunt is freaking
Thank
calling
you,
my
my
phone.
darling.
She's
Thank
freaking
you.
ringing me
Thank
up.
you. It's not cringe.
But Sailor,
You are so awful.
Look, Indigo has done that to me so many times that I think
Sorry.
Indigo had said some stuff, but I wasn't really listening. I was just like, when can I hang up?
Awful, awful.
I know, but no, I echo those sentiments. And
See the back of your head. You want to be so bold?
I think I might have done a pretty decent job. But I'm not giving you any more than the profile of the back because it's probably jagged back there and like starting to grow down that weird sort of neck hair that I get. Yes, I did cut her off, but you know, people who, if you've experienced an Indigo call before, it is usually Indigo who does the cutting off. So I was just getting a little bit of my own in. Don't get mad at me for that. Oh, and it looks like you froze, Ms. I think. Ms., are you there?
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah, you froze. You froze. Oops, and disconnected. And I did not cut Ms. off. That just happened. I apologize. I feel like what Indigo was saying was a lot better than what I was saying, and much more helpful and supportive. I tend to, in those situations, when somebody is like, I'm in this horrible situation, and then I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, that is a horrible situation. And they're like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't know what to do either. That's awful. I'm not really good at I'm not good at making people feel better about the state of whatever it is that they're in, and Ms. is in a pretty awful situation. I mean, obviously, I hope that it ends for the good soon. I'm glad, Indigo, that you have a sense of humor about it. Uh-oh. Are we saying you just lost your that SIM card, your Wi-Fi gone? Terrible. It was good to see you, Miz. That was nice. And it's good to know that I can do talky bits again, because I haven't in a while. Not sure why these are here. These are very outdated. These are kind of matrixy, aren't they? Yeah, well, I mean, I'd love to hear whatever you have to say. I'm so bad at offering support, so I'm glad that Indigo pinch hit for that. Hey, Grace, how are you doing? Oh, not a plug, right? But Blue Indigo too. Blue Indigo. It's 2 colors. It's kind of redundant. Like Blue Indigo, isn't that redundant? Okay, but I hope that it ends in a very positive way. This is the best I can muster. Come on, I have this mild fatigue, kind of like a COVID hangover. So I'm really, I'm less adept than usual at acting like I'm like I have any positivity at all, right? apart from the obvious, positivity. Yeah, well, there you go. And it's been 2 hours. That was good, I think, right? Like I didn't know how long I was going to be able to go tonight. Is this? So I got this, all these things here. Oh, is it? It's actually working? Autofocus is actually working. Oh, Ms. has called back. Hold on a second. But I don't see anything. My tongue is purple. That might be the LUT, the lookup table. So Ms. is in the guest room, but I don't see any video or anything. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, now I see some video. Are you back, Ms.? It might be the LUT. Oh, I think it's still. Oh, no, gone. That Turkish. Is that what it is? Oh, this was a joke. Thank you, Pivy. Ms. is calling again. Well, let's try this once more. And then I think I gotta maybe call it because Ms.
No, by all means, sorry. If you want to end, don't hang around on my account.
Wait, but now you're not frozen. I can hear you.
No. Fab.
So was that just like a stutter when you said things get continuously worse? I kind of assumed that like, that was the end. It wasn't unlimited data after all.
No, I mean, I truly do not know what to tell you. It seems that every night it seems to kind of stutter a bit. Because at the moment we have a... So, SIM cards also in this country, after the visa limit expires, so the 90 days, it shuts down the entire SIM card. And every time you put your SIM card in a device, it sends you a text with your IP address and the serial number of the product that you put it into to ensure you to make sure that you know that they are going to disable your device. So that goes with our phones, and that also goes with, we bought a portable router when we first got here, and then we bought a SIM card and we used that for the house so we could connect our devices to it. And then when that 90-day thing expired, not only did the SIM card run out, but it disabled the actual little router itself, and those things are not fucking cheap. So we were lucky my dad came back, he came back for my birthday, and because he just came in, the passport fresh thing, the stamp was new, so he was able to get a new SIM card, and then we figured out that the router was disabled, so we had to buy another portable router. So
But that had nothing to do with what just happened, right? Like,
no, sorry, that just lamenting on how everything is a struggle.
yeah. I mean, like I was saying, like before, like I'm the worst person at talking people up, like at trying to make
Oh
people
no,
feel better.
you're fine.
I would be the worst.
I'm numb to it.
I'd be a horrible therapist. My father was a psychiatrist. I inherited none of that.
Yeah, but you can be a counselor, because counselors don't have to say anything.
Yeah, I guess really psychiatrists don't have to say very much either. They can just kind of be like, and how does that make you feel?
Yeah, just nod, smile and nod. Pick up your fucking ridiculous paycheck, smile and nod.
Yeah.
Drive a Porsche, smile and nod.
There wasn't much of that going on, but
Oh, right, yes, of course. My bad, sorry.
But yeah, so I just hope that this ends in a good way. Like you said, you hope that this ends, and I got the feeling, I got the sense, even though it was a text, that you're thinking more about the meteorite than about
Yes.
a wonderful return to
praying
Ukraine
for
and
meteorites.
or the UK.
Yeah.
Either way, you're in a place that begins with UK, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would like to go out as some kind of tragic martyr, but that's not going to happen.
I mean, you have plenty. You just turned 22. You could do that when you're like my age.
Yeah, but the younger the better. They don't give you fucking shiny shit for being older and dying, because then that's just expected. No
I don't think they give
offense.
you shiny shit for being younger and dying anymore.
Well, I want to be some fucking, I don't know, like Tumblr blogger's obsession for being young and queer and dead.
It sounds like you have been radicalized a bit there.
By what?
Well,
Sadness and tragedy, Shakespeare,
yeah.
Charles Marlowe, he was queer and young and tragic.
You are the personification of emo right now. You've been
Yes, thank
radicalized
you.
by
I'm
emo.
22 years old, right? And I went to a concert last week, which was a nice change in the bleak existence
Wait,
that
you
I
went to
live.
a
And I
concert
got a,
last week?
yes, I
I'm
did.
I'm starting. Okay. Who? What was the
Yeah,
concert?
yeah. Måneskin, the Italian pop
Oh
band.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, fab, great.
That must have been an amazing
Which,
show.
right, it's not so much luxury because I had tickets for them in Kiev, and then a war started, and then I didn't get a refund on the tickets in Kiev. So this is actually just like, so I paid twice
Yes,
for
but in my
tickets.
head here, you
So,
have not left your apartment in 5 months, but you went to a lively. I'm assuming for Måneskin was a
yeah.
lively concert last week.
No, I assure you that that's it though. That's like as
Yeah.
far as yeah. So I haven't done anything of the fun variety. But I did go to that, which was a nice break. It was my birthday, for Christ's sake. I think
Oh,
I'm
there you
allowed at least
go. Yes.
just
Yeah.
one niceness.
Yeah.
That's it for the rest of the year, you know that. Um, but I got adopted by a group of teenagers who were literally 15 years old because they assumed that I too was a teenager. So that's how emo I'm running at the minute, that I'm being mistaken for a child.
When you say adopted, you mean
Because I,
like basically they kind of took you into the fold and were like hanging
yes,
out together and stuff.
my my mum left me alone for literally all of 5 minutes, and that's another thing. I had to take my mum with me, so not. She left me alone for all of 5 minutes, and they rallied around me and asked if I wanted to join them because I looked sad, alone.
So
I
you
have
brief,
teenagers pitying me.
but that's pretty. Yeah,
That's low. That's
that
low.
is a little bit low.
Yeah, little low.
But you got to take what you can get, right? Like that.
From teenagers, fucking hell, kill me now.
Well,
Reverse
look, I
Dankirk.
mean,
Oh God, I'm
it's
Dankirk.
one small point of light, right?
Is
You
it?
can hold on to that memory.
It was a lovely memory, and I have to think to myself, oh my God, it was a lovely memory. That's it. That's my peak. That's me peaking. My peaking is being pitied
No,
by
no, no, no,
15-year-olds.
no, no. There will be another time. There will be
Oh, there
another.
will be another time for me to hit a
Look,
new low.
I'm sure Måneskin is gonna. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I think it's Måneskin or
I don't know either.
Måneskin or
It's technically Måneskin because it's like a Nordic name.
it's not Mainskin. I know.
No, no.
But they'll do another tour in a year or so, right? Can always.
They're in the US right now. Go see them. Have fun. Get pitied by 15-year-olds.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But
Oh, why not? It's such a treat.
I appreciate the advice. Definitely gonna pass on that unless maybe I'll go without a mask and just like cough on everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Bring everybody down to your level. It's a good, yeah, I wish I could do that.
Did you read about how the U.S. took out the I forget his name. I'm not Indigo. No, sorry. Did you read about how the U.S. took out that I don't know what his name was, but Howell someone or another using one of those Hellfire missiles that doesn't explode. It actually works like a drone and shoots blades out of it. Like
Holy shit.
it literally, it's a missile that kills you with swords.
How did you get onto this topic from concerts?
Oh,
What was the link?
because I was thinking about like going to a concert and coughing on everybody,
And
and then
getting
I was thinking
taken
and
out
like
by.
being
Oh,
sort of
right.
like a sort of self destructive drone, right? And then I was thinking of, oh
Hmm.
shit, like
Hmm.
those Hellfire missiles. But did you see that?
I did. I didn't see the method.
If you look up
That's
like
that's.
Hellfire missiles and the way that they
Oh
work,
yeah, I do know.
instead of using a an explosive payload, like rotating blades shoot out of the missile, like a. It's like
Oh
do you know
boy.
those? Oh, this is not a good motion to make this. Those blenders that they have the things at the bottom and it's just like a stick you hold and you can just like put it and like
Yeah,
blend
yeah.
stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
It looks like that. Like these rotating blades come out of the side. It's
Well, that military budget has to go somewhere, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, in a way, it's like well, there's a way to kind of minimize collateral damage, but in another way, it's like wow, that's pretty fucking inhumane. It seems pretty inhumane. Like
So I'm putting that on my Christmas wish list. Yeah,
a
that's what
Hellfire
I'm getting
missile.
from this.
Yeah,
Hellfire missile. Hmm.
maybe you can get like like a hell flame missile, like the lower version of it.
Like an IKEA. You know how IKEA do like different versions of the same thing for
Yeah,
different prices?
exactly.
It's
You,
worst quality. Fab. Knowing my luck, that won't even work. I'll take out like an eye or something and that's it.
no, give paper cuts. You get the version that like gives paper cuts.
Oh, you know what? I'd argue that's worse than losing an eye.
Yeah, I'd definitely take up that argument with you. I'd much rather.
Mm, I don't need to see much these days. I'd rather just not. That's interesting. I wonder if this is such a stupid thing to make. I wonder if there is any link there between, the latest Stranger Things Netflix series.
I have not watched it, but
They,
I am aware of it. Yes,
yes, one of the whole marketing points, which has gone as far as Metallica at the minute, is the whole
I know.
Hellfire Club. Yeah, I
Yes,
wonder
the
if
Hellfire
that's
Club. Yeah,
a.
I got one of those shirts for my daughter. She was very she
Hey!
really wanted it, and she never
Oh
wants
my God,
anything.
how old is your daughter?
12.
Fuck. So I dress the same as a 12-year-old.
Well,
Jesus
I mean, I
Christ.
almost got one for
Okay,
myself, so
get one, please, so I can seem less sad.
I like
So
long
yeah,
sleeve tees with like
mhm.
the dark sleeves, but with the light, the
Yes,
dual
yeah.
color.
You know what? They are fab.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know what
into
you call them.
those. Um,
Hmm.
so I almost got one for myself, but then I figured if I got it, then like my concern was that if my daughter saw me wearing it, she'd be like, "Oh, well, I definitely can't wear
No, it's sweet. Oh, it's sweet. No, you're gonna match with your daughter.
it."
But yeah, I wonder if it's some kind of weird conspiracy now. So now, if you look up Hellfire, you're not gonna get the missiles, are you? You're gonna get the hit
Yeah,
TV show.
it's
Mm,
dissemination.
it's
They're
all
trying
linked.
to just sort of
It's
like
all linked.
confuse you.
Yeah, yeah.
Just go watch Stranger Things. Don't. Why are you looking this up? Go watch Stranger Things.
I've
Let us.
yeah, exactly. Just
You
look
know.
at the what's his name, Eddie. Look at the metalhead.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not clear on what the obsession is with
Sorry.
him.
Yeah. No, I'm just.
Mm.
Um, I don't know either. I think it's very. Because I've had a lot of time on my hands, so I've been doing a lot of deep diving here. I think it's very funny that a 29-year-old man is being praised for playing like a 19-year-old. Because it's so like no offense to him, obviously, but it's so evident he's 29 years old. But hey, whatever. It's Netflix. Who cares?
That it seems like that's gotten better, like over the years. But that used to
Mm.
be like having 30 somethings playing high schoolers, right?
Fucking Greece, dude. Greece
Yeah.
is the
Oh
most
my
painful
God. What was
example.
his name? I forget the guy's name, but he's like
I don't know what
40.
it is.
He's kind of the shorter one. Um, not Danny Zuko, not Kanicki, although they were all, well over age. But one of them,
Fuck, it's great.
Putsy, I think it was. Not
I'm taking your word
Potsy
for it.
from Happy Days. I think it was Putsy, but that guy had to be 40, and he was playing a high schooler. Well,
It's crazy. I wonder if it's like child labor laws.
no idea. I like this
Because
Spivey.
you have to, if you, sorry, I don't, hello fellow kids. I'm also very short, so I'm not good at beating the child allegations. Um, I wonder, because if you have like under 18-year-olds on set, you have to keep their parents around
Right.
observing, and
Well,
they
yeah,
have to
but
have
like, there's a big
fewer
difference between a
hours.
19-year-old and a 30-year-old, right? Like, I mean,
Aston
man,
Cook.
what's that?
Sorry.
Aston
Aston Cook.
Cook. That's good.
Yeah.
That is a good one. And yes, this is true, Grace's Grove. In fact, one of them was particularly old. Again, I forget her name, but she was one who wore glasses, was kind of the nerdy one. I think she was like 10 years older than all of the other ones. And it just made me think about Luke Perry, and now I'm sad.
Mm.
I think I'm going to wrap it up, Ms., because
Yes, sorry.
I'm pretty fatigued at this point now. Because I don't know if you know, but
Yeah. I'm so sorry. When is your GoFundMe being posted?
it's a good idea. I'm too tired to do it.
Mm-hmm. Shame.
That's the irony, is once the fatigue leaves and I'm able to kind of think about that kind of stuff, it'll be too late.
Of course.
But I
Such
guess what I'm saying is, like,
tragedy.
I know exactly what you're going through,
Yeah.
because
Oh, no,
I
totally. I get
have
it.
a stuffy
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
nose, and it's
Yes.
almost the same
Must
thing.
be so, so hard. So hard. Please.
But
No, you're
I'm
fine.
hoping
Take
for
it
the
easy.
best for you, and it was good talking to you. Maybe we can check in again if your SIM card is working next week and you feel up to it.
Yeah, next time maybe I don't know, I'll be living in a fucking cave. Um, yeah, no, take it easy though. Take it easy. Don't
Indigo
over.
is taunting me. It's not gonna
Yes,
work
you
though.
need your nappy nap.
I'm fine.
Get your
Like,
bottle.
I'm gonna be fucking 50. I don't. That's it. I need to go to sleep. All right. I hope you have a. I was gonna say a good night, but I hope you have a tolerable.
Yes, yes. No, I shall. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
I like your top.
Thanks. It's a gown, like a oh fuck, what's it called? Like
It's
a
very cool. Like,
dress
it
coat.
looks like it's quite comfortable.
Thank
All
you.
right.
But it's also 90 degrees here.
Oh right. Yes. Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
there's also the heat wave. That's
Yeah, because
kind of kicking.
everything, just everything,
It's just
everything's
a
bad.
damn. What a mess. I'm glad that I'm not younger. For the first time, I'm glad that
I'll
I can
swap
be
you.
like, y'all got this, right? I'll be
All right,
chilling under
cool.
the willow.
I will haunt you. God, I will haunt you.
Well, no, you'll be alive.
All right.
I'll be haunting you.
I will dig. I will fucking dig. Okay. Enough threats.
Well, hopefully neither of those things come true. But shit usually turns out not for the best. So, I
Don't I
can't
know
keep
it?
doing this. I am bringing myself down
Just
now.
go. Just press the hang up button. Just do it. Put me out
All
my
right, Biz.
misery.
Good luck to you, and we'll talk soon, hopefully.
Cheers.
All right.
See you.
All right. So yeah, the bottom line is, yeah, Ms. is in a pretty horrible situation. I am still COVID positive, and thank you all for hanging out for a couple hours tonight. This was fun. I got to get back to talking to people. Hadn't done that in quite a bit, and that was nice. So, night, everybody. Have a good rest of your week if you're able to.